I'm going to start recording. All right. So we are back on week 8 of this football season. Again, we're having some issues. I've been working through some technology challenges just because I'm new to a lot of this again. So our last game against Texas State was actually not recorded. I went live on Twitch though with it, so it should possibly still be up there. But for right now, we're going to be looking here at we're going to be going on to week 9. So we just beat the Texas State 31-28. And we're just gonna go in to week 9 against University of Louisiana Monroe. We're 3-4 right now. I just want to get kind of an update for you guys on conference standings and what that's looking like at the moment. So Georgia State is at the top of the conference standings, followed by Western Kentucky, who's having a fairly good season as well. But we have been, the only loss that we've had this year has been to Alabama. So if we look at our all-time record here, there's not a ton to look at, but looks like Georgia Tech is our rival. Okay. So we've got a head coach upgrade here that we're gonna take care of before we get into this next game. I am gonna start streaming on YouTube Live as well to keep putting things on my YouTube channel, but I have to wait about 24 hours, I think, before I'm going to be allowed to actually do that. So again, I am way more focused on recruiting right now than anything else. So I think I think that's the most important thing at the moment, just because of how rough our team is around the edges. So yeah, well, and if this is your first time watching me, my name is Alex Justice. I call my channel the Captain's Channel. If you're wondering why I call it that, it's a nickname that I picked up as a young kid. We're going to get into some recruiting here. It's a nickname I picked up as a young kid quite a while ago, back in like middle school days. So we're going to look here. Derek Carey, we're going to look at his scouting and finish up his scouting for a moment. So fairly fast. Looks like he may end up being more of a maybe a possession guy. He's not super quick, but I don't know. He's got some speed on him. John McFadden. Again, we have a couple different running backs that we're going to be using here. So +6. So he's actually a 70 overall. So this guy is going to be probably pretty important to us next season, assuming we can hang on to him. Just for that, we're going to up him to 300 just because that's going to be important. He's pretty quick. Acceleration is okay. Got a really nice spin move. All right, pretty durable too. Injury is 88. All right, let's look at Travis Jefferson. So he's also going to go up overall by 4 points. And this guy is definitely a possession guy, carrying 93. So we're going to want to get him the ball and give him some room after the catch. This guy is a 100 overall, or not 100 overall, 66 overall. Stiff arm. Seems like a little bit more of a power back. Well, not really. His strength's only 52. I don't know. Any of these guys are just kind of average. None of these guys are just blowing me away. Okay, we're going to go back here to prospect overview. But we're definitely going to have a battle at the running back position. Ryan Justice. I had to get Ryan Justice. My last name's Justice, so I have to get this guy. I think we've done all the scouting for him. Nope, we haven't done any of the scouting for him. So he's not going to gain anything. He's definitely just kind of a middle-of-the-road blocker. A pretty good acceleration. Okay. Top schools. So we've been locked out. Okay. So Roderick Lane, looks like we're still hanging on to him pretty tightly. Derek Williams, Riley Adams. Doesn't look like we're going to get Riley Adams. We're about 1,000 points behind there. Bobby Douglas. We offered him a scholarship, yeah. No shot there. We're just kind of falling behind, it seems like, with yeah, so this guy, I don't know if we're really going to have a shot at getting Tommy Washington, but we're going to try. Speed is 87, acceleration 88, pursuit, zone coverage. Looks like he could be a good defensive back, but he could also be a good running back. Where's his catch? Yeah, so he could be a good running back, actually, because his stiff arm's really good, his carrying's really good. Let's see here. But yeah, so I think that's kind of one of those things where he could probably play a couple different positions and do pretty well with it. All right. Bryson Magna. This guy must be a new addition, so we're going to go ahead and actually offer him. I think he's be a good one to offer, and we're not too far behind the lead there. We've got Tim Harris, Bell, scholarship offered. Only have 20 points, so let's just see here if there's anybody that we'd even be close to. Looks like we could offer this guy a few points. Okay. All right, time to get into our next game. So we've been having a pretty good season. I've been kind of surprised, at how well we've done, especially on offense. Where do I see the pass leaders? Season stats. So we're at 10th. Myrick is at 10th with his passing yards. And then Jonathan Bell is 5th on the rushing leaders spot. And I'm actually going to, because I keep saying I'm going to do this, but I'm actually going to lengthen the quarters by 1 more minute, just to make this a little bit more realistic, because I think one of the biggest issues, especially on defense, has been our defense has looked really good in a lot of ways, because way better than it actually is. It's looked way better than it actually is because they've been able to, because the quarters aren't very long, and so the opposing offenses just aren't getting a lot of yards, but if you look at just how easily a lot of teams are scoring on our defense, it's very apparent that we're not actually that good. So I want it to look a little bit more realistic. And again, I also want my offensive players who are doing really well this season to have a good shot at this. I mean, you look at defense yards, 254.7 per game is first, rushing 68. It's just not accurate. The offensive stats feel much more accurate to me in general in terms of how we're doing. All right, so we got Georgia State versus University of Louisiana Monroe, which that is a mouthful. And they've got a very unique looking stadium. So we're just going to jump right into this. I still haven't figured out how to get sound. I'm using a Elgato capture card, so if anybody knows how to get sound to come out of that thing for this specific game. Anytime I'm using the PS3, I have to use a capture card. All right, heads. All right, we will lose the toss. I'll be back to receive. All right, and the game has started. It almost looked like if we had a little bit more speed, there was a lot of room there to run. Last game, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also threw 2 picks, but we'll ignore that. All right, so we got shaky. We've started out shaky in every game that we've played so far this year, and it just kind of goes to show how much better some of these other teams are actually rated in terms of their skill and ability. Okay, we just want to get into a rhythm. And Ricks drops that pass. So it's 3rd and 8 now. Want to try to find some sort of rhythm. Really need to get a first down here. And Butler catches the pass. Again, Butler is definitely our best receiver this year. There have been some games where he hasn't been the reception or yards leader, but he definitely best when it comes to catching in traffic, best when it comes to beating DBs off the ball. Jonathan Bell is hopefully going to have another strong showing today because he's also doing quite well. Now we also have to remember we're in the Sun Belt Conference, so when we see games, oh man, that was so close. I wasn't sure. He looked open, but the defensive back got over there and covered him. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so we're in the Sun Belt, and so the fact that Bell is the 5th, a top 5 rusher in the country is not, super impressive, just because the competition we're facing is, not great. All right, so first down. Allen catches that for about 19 yards. So we're down in the red zone now. And that did not really work, did it? Okay. I'm so excited to get some of these recruits on campus, get them on the team, because we just need it so badly. Oh man, I was hoping he could like lean in there to get the touchdown. Okay. But we really need, like, if we're going to be competitive outside of the Sun Belt and eventually even possibly move out of the Sun Belt into into a better conference, if we're going to have any shot at being competitive. I mean, we barely won last week's game. Oh, he did not go the way I thought he was going to. Okay, let's see. All right. Can we just, like, maybe just run this in? And we do. All right, so we're up now. 6-0. We haven't been ranked in the top 25 yet, which I think is kind of interesting because we've won all of our games. Now, granted, some of them, it's not a very strong schedule. It's against like FCS schools and Sun Belt schools, but we did play that game against Alabama, and we didn't look half bad against Alabama. And so I'm just kind of wondering kind of where we're at. I don't think there's a way to look. At some point, obviously, our goal is to break into the top 25. I don't really know if that'll happen this season. We'll see. If we win this game, we'll be bowl eligible, so we'll be playing in a bowl game, which will be exciting because I don't know if Georgia State's ever played in a bowl game. All right, our defense is actually holding up okay right now. Could be a heck of a lot worse. Huh. All right, so 4th down. So as I said, I will hopefully be also streaming to YouTube fairly soon. I will be trying to, I'll start tomorrow. I also have, I'm also recording this, so I'll be putting the video, oh geez, that's not great. I'll be putting this video on the YouTube channel now that I'm actually getting this recorded. I need to figure out how to either get sound on here, or I need to figure out, oh, that was backwards. Either get sound on here, or I need to figure out how to get some music playing. It'll liven things up a little bit, I think. Ooh, Ricks, gotta catch that, man. We have had a lot of issues with drops this year. All right, let's see if this is just going to go into the end zone, and it does. Okay. So we are back out on defense, still up 7-0. Almost got to the quarterback that time. So compared to our previous games, the passing game has not been very successful so far for the opposing team. We've had a lot of issues in our secondary. Okay. It's been a little bit of a defensive battle for this first quarter, other than that one touchdown. field position. It's been a field position game, but I think feels like we're gonna get pretty good field position here. Man, let me see here. I got my laptop here. Check something out. Okay, so we will.
There was.
Y'all are legends.
Whoa. That's not what I wanted. Okay, here we go. No. Let's see, log in. Right. And he's open. Butler's open on the opposite side of the field. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and we're just going to run it up the middle, see what happens here. Whoa! Not great. Okay. I'm trying to see.
Are you a Twitch streamer? I'm like, no. They're like, you should be.
Okay, is there a way to get rid of that?
That's my origin story.
Channel. There we go.
Channel. There we go.
Okay. Allen finds a hole in the defense there. Throwing it back across his body. See if we can get one more play off. Okay, so we did get some positive yardage there. Ooh, that was not good play calling on my part, so we just lost all of that. Not great play calling. So we're forced to pass. And Reggie Robinson gets a touchdown. That's going to get kicked off to the right there. Okay. All right, so Ryan Lucas gets stopped after a gain of about 27. It's not quite fast enough. Just not quite fast enough to get him. So they're going into a hurry up. Maybe they've been in a hurry up this whole time and I just haven't noticed. And they find the soft spot in our zone. So that hurts. All right, was not able to complete that. Almost got it, man. We haven't had a sack in quite a while. Maybe today is the day. And, man, prophetic words, I guess. And they're going to punt this. I will be very excited for the day that I can kick a field goal from that yardage. Ooh, and it bounces into the end zone. Antoine Thomas catches the ball for a 12-yard reception. That is his first catch. He's actually been coming up pretty big the last couple games. We're going to make these guys... Oh, Butler catches the ball in traffic. Oh boy, we're still up, and we're still up. They can't get him down. Oh my gosh, that was a great rush. A great run. After being kind of shut down for a little while, he breaks one off. Okay, I don't normally like to run screens, but we're gonna do it. And that got basically nothing. Yeah, it's just I've just never been a big fan of screens. Every once in a while they work. I don't like it when I watch. I don't really like them in real life football either, NFL, or it's just. Oy, we're just gonna chuck this one away. Not interested. See if we can convert. And it looks like we do. And Reggie Robinson almost gets another touchdown. We barely were able to get that one off. All right, so this is going to be interesting. See, oh shoot, nope. And he broke a tackle. Wasn't quite able to get in. Looks like there's an injured player for UL Monroe. And we are definitely trying to run this in. They've only got 3 down linemen, and we do get in. Okay. So that's a touchdown for Jonathan Bell. Jonathan Bell, he's been getting so many yards on the ground, but he hasn't scored a ton of touchdowns. A lot of that is just because he's not a very good power runner, and he's also not our offensive line. Typically, when there's too many defensive people on the front, like they can't manage one-on-one blocks. Like they get overpowered. All right. Ooh. Okay. So we're getting down to the end of the first half. Looking at the clock here because I have, oh shoot, man, that could have been a lot better. Okay. Hello there, kindred spirit. I don't have two monitors right now, so I can't watch very easily. And sacked. Okay. Well, their offense is on the move, so we're gonna have to wait and see if we can stop them before halftime. I was hoping we could get the ball back and score again, maybe, because that would definitely make this a blowout. Oh, well, we're gonna get the ball back, but it's not gonna be because we forced a punt. Oh man, we had a good hole there, but just weren't able to get through there fast enough. Myrick has definitely been the instigator here tonight. He's been leading the team. And we just have not, other than that one run where we broke off a 30-yard gain, we just have not had that much success on the ground. Oh, no. Not great. Well, I guess now the goal is to avoid making this a one-score game going into halftime. That will definitely help. All right, well, maybe we'll get the ball back unless they go for it. Are they going to go for it? Yeah, they are going to go for it, so they still have a chance. And almost picked off. Okay, so we do get a turnover, so good on the defense. We have another shot. All right, call timeout. Need to switch to a passing game. Oof. I think that was Reggie. think he was able to hold on to that. Okay. Try to get a first down. They are playing a run up the middle for sure, and we are, was not able to catch that. So the question now is, do we punt? Do we punt, or do we go for it? I think we're going to go for it, because why wouldn't we? And he runs backwards. Oh my gosh. That has happened so many times this year. And again, I'm not sure if that's an inaccurate pass or if that's the receiver literally running backwards. But I think they're running backwards to catch the ball, which would mean that that's just an inaccurate pass. Well, if we're lucky, we'll keep him out of the end zone. And we do not. All right, so our inability to move the ball on offense is causing us some issues right now. So the question is, do we try to get into scoring position here before halftime, or do we just run the ball and run the clock? Because I can't remember if we get the ball back or not. I think we might get the ball to start the second half. Pretty good return. Well, let's see if we can try to do something here. And Allen does catch it. So that puts us in a totally different position here. It's a diving catch. And Butler catches a 16-yard pass. So we're going to rush to the line here. And Antoine Thomas, that was a beautiful pass by Myrick. That was a pretty tight opening. And Butler catches a pass, another beautiful pass from Myrick to get that score with only 16 seconds left to go in the game. All right. Kick straight down the middle. Got 12 seconds left. Just gonna send the guys back deep. Keep the guys back deep. Keep everything in front of them. They might just be running the ball, and they are. And that is A-okay by me. And they're just gonna let this clock run out, I think. All right, so that is one half of football. And we are kicking it off, so good thing we did score there. holding up decently well right here. We just got to stop them here on third down. He runs out of bounds, so we're going to get the ball back here momentarily. And the ball is just going to go right into the end zone. We're going to come out and get our first drive of the second half going. Got about 5 yards there. He's had to work pretty hard for those 79 yards he's got. And, oh, jeez. They have figured this out. They have figured this run out. My offensive line has not been able to figure out how to slow that blitz down. Ah, darn it. Okay. Punt the ball away. Okay. Coverage is pretty good. We have been struggling a little bit today to stop the run. That has been an issue for us today. Okay. Looks like their running back might be hurt, or is that a receiver or running back? Oh, and we pick that off. Try to run it out of the end zone. Doesn't work too well. That's the first interception we've had, turnover we've had in quite a while, I think. Oh my gosh. It's been brutal. Okay. Gant gets us out of the shadow of our own end zone there, so we're doing pretty well. Man, I don't know. Man, they've just been blitzing on almost every play, and oh, well, there we go. Man, we actually found a hole there. So that was kind of one of the bright spots in today's rushing game. We've had a 30-yard run and a 19-yard run. And that's about it. I mean, I mean, obviously he's got 79 or 80 some yards rushing right now, but he's been really struggling otherwise, and there's another drop. So we have another drop, which puts us behind the sticks a little bit, and wow, Bell was able to hang on to that one. That was a big hit. Oh man. The holes have just not been as present today. All right, so I'm just going to toss this one away. Nobody was open. And I just threw that one up for grabs, and it was picked off. Okay. Oof. It's been a little frustrating. This game's a little bit been offensively a little frustrating. It's also a little frustrating because Antoine is a lot bigger than that defensive back, yet he didn't try to jump up. Didn't really try to get into a good position to jump up for it. As I said earlier, I do have to watch the clock because got something I got to be at here in about 45 minutes. I think we'll be done by that time. All right, 2nd and 10. Oof. All right, that's gonna make it kind of tricky here. So we're just going to blitz everyone. And hopefully, we're able to get him behind the line. And we do. All right, so it looks like they'll probably kick the field goal here. They did get it, just barely though. All right, so the defense is able to hold. Let's see if the offense can get anything going here on this drive. They've been stymied the last couple of possessions. You can see a complete difference in yards between quarters, or between halves here. We're just going to throw it away again. Nobody is getting open. So at the end of the third quarter, we are still up, but our offense has been really been struggling. And we do get about a 10-yard run from Jonathan Bell, which finally gets him over 100 yards. And he breaks off another decent run for about another 12 yards. And we're just going to keep, again, like, I'm okay running the ball if we can just keep getting positive yards. All right, we are going to go with the pass this time. And we are sacked again. Okay, let's see. Once again, we are in a third down situation, but Reggie Robinson is able to get open for a 26-yard reception down the field. All right, so we're back in business. Second and 6. Jason Gant, he's had 3 rushes for 11 yards. And we're just going to throw that one incomplete to avoid getting sacked again. Luke Allen is able to catch that one for a first down. And Chris Ricks is able to catch a 13-yard reception that gets us down inside the 5-yard line. This has been a cold, wet, rainy game where we've had to be pretty resilient. And Jonathan Bell gets in for his second touchdown run. He sets another record for touchdown runs in a game with 2. All right, with that, we put a little bit of more space between us and UL Monroe. Makes me feel a little bit better. The offense just was really stagnant there for about a quarter. Not doing much of anything. The rain is just coming down. Ooh, no, there is a giant hole there. Okay. Abrams is able to take him down before he's able to do more damage. Do some cover 2 here. Hopefully we don't get burned in the corners. Abrams gets another tackle. Abrams is having an excellent game today. He's had 10 tackles. All right. And he is left so wide open. Abrams is not able to keep up with him. I don't know if that's their tight end or if that's a receiver. No, that's a running back. Yeah, that's not ever going to be good, pairing a running back up with a linebacker. That matchup is not going to end well. All right, we're getting close to the 2-minute mark here. And I definitely jumped him. Oh, false start? Oh, I thought I did that. Okay, I'll take it. I jumped all over the center there. No. And we get him by his shoelaces. He slides down before he can take a big hit. Got 2nd and goal. And that was a very dangerous pass. It's 3rd and goal now. Let's see. Ooh, just barely stopped him. So they're probably going to have to kick a field goal here. Nope, they're just going to go for it. And the ball is turned over. So with that, we very well may be able to just run the clock out. Chris Ricks gets a 16-yard reception. There's a tight little window in there. They're able to sneak the ball into. And our offensive line has just gotten beat a lot today. Like, I mean, he's still had a good game, but he could be doing even better if he could have even more yards if our offensive line wasn't blowing blocks, but that's better. And he's going to get up for another 29 yards. That's actually pretty good there. So he's up over 154 yards rushing for the day. And Gant's going to come in and get a shot at his own run there. So he's going to be up around 8 yards there on 2nd and 2. Hand it off to Gant again. Get the first down. Looks like Jonathan Bell is going to be held out for the rest of the game, which is totally fine. He has been a workhorse today. And Jason Gant gets another 5 yards as the clock expires. And with that, we are done. Georgia State has defeated University of Louisiana Monroe. I believe it's 35 to 21 or something like that. So we've been having a great last couple of games. And with that, we are going to be done. So I will see all of you next time. And with that, thank you and goodbye.